Welcome to the TPC Desktop video series. In this video, we'll take a look at a couple of new features in TPC Desktop 2017. These features have to do with how Traverse PC delivers help when you need it and where you need it. We're going to take a look at two of the new features, both in the message box and in the message view. Let's open up the topo boundary here, and we're going to tell Traverse PC we want to recompute. So we'll choose Tools, Recompute, and we get what Traverse PC calls a message box. So Traverse PC is asking us to confirm this operation before it continues. We've had these message boxes in Traverse PC for a lot of versions. But what's new is this help button. So if I'm a little unsure what Traverse PC is asking me to do, or not quite sure what will happen if I recompute, I just press the help button. And I'm going to take the time just to read through this so we can see the information here tells me why I got this message, and oftentimes will tell me what to do to correct it if it was a warning or an error, and then gives me related topics. So Traverse PC says, please confirm whether or not you want to recompute the entire traverse or selected points. Because this has the opportunity to modify the position of the survey points, TPC wants your confirmation before it continues with the operation. If you choose yes, TPC will recompute any points that have raw data, except for protected points, which are not recomputed. And then this is information that I think will be most helpful to you. Traverse PC says, well, what about adjustments? Precision, curvature, and refraction, and scale factor adjustments will be retained. All other adjustments will be lost for any point that is recomputed. So this is valuable information. I know there are certain of these sort of sticky adjustments that will be retained through the recomputation. I know everything else will be undone. And then, of course, there are related topics. In this case, it takes me to the landing page for recomputing traverses, where I have links to lots of information about what happens when I recompute. So I can open this up, get up to speed with what Traverse PC is asking me to do, and then continue to say, well, no, that's not what I intended, so I'll just cancel that operation. So that's the message box. The second thing I want to show you related to the new help features is the message view. So let's tell Traverse PC I want to relabel some of these points. I want to use a T and then number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because they're topo boundary points. So I'm going to tell Traverse PC go ahead and compute that operation. And I want you to see that Traverse PC tells me 23 points were not relabeled. And again, this is a message I've gotten for quite some time. But what's new, and I'll just close this out, is that back in the message view, I get to see which points weren't relabeled. Okay. In this particular case, this operation is not allowed on protected point number 4. But here's a link to the warning. So just like I could get help in the message box, I can get help in the message view. And Traverse PC simply says this operation is not allowed on protected points. So here's that correction I talked about earlier. To perform this operation on this point, you must first unprotect the point. And then here's a link to protecting points for more information. So I've got some great information here about what Traverse PC did. In this particular case, it's not an error, but it gave me a warning that said, you know, in the process of relabeling these points, I didn't relabel this point number 4 because it's protected. And the same with 92 and 196. And we know there are 23 of these here from the previous prompt message. So Traverse PC is using the message box and the message view to give me additional help right when I need it on exactly the topic I'm working on all throughout the program. These are some of the new features in TPC Desktop 2017.